Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. I'm your host, Cooley. Tonight is open panel debate night and reactions. Let's go. And y'all see the suit too, man. Listen, new studio, new podcast by the spirit, not by the letter. Bro, we can go verse for verse all day long. Doing new things. Men are okay with understanding the reality that we are in competition with one another. But you ladies think that you're special. You are in competition. Men are men of their word. So here's my word. I'll fly you out here and we can do it in person. And after that, we could box. I'm about my business. So remember I said, when I ask you these questions, I will dismantle your entire argument. That's the end of the debate, my dog.
I'm 39, but I don't look your typical 39.
Belly.
Yeah.
You look 39. It's okay though. That man isn't intimidated by a woman like you. He's annoyed by a woman like you. Because a man doesn't want to date another man. He wants to date a woman. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Tonight is January 13th. It is Tuesday, 7:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm a little bit late today, but you know I'm here. All right, we got a few links in the YouTube description. First link is going to be to join the stream. So if you want to join Open Panel Debate Night, go ahead and click the first link that's in the YouTube description, or click the link that's pinned in the YouTube comments, and I'll bring you right on up. As you can see with the thumbnail, if you are an atheist, if you are a feminist, if you are left-leaning at all, black fatigue, let's see here, if you are a true hater, anything like that, come on up. Basically, if you watch some of my content and you have a point of contention or just a disagreement or a different opinion and you're like, you know what, Cooley, I don't really like your take. I think I got a better take. Come on up here and let's spar. Tonight is debate night. All right, that's the first link in the YouTube description. The second link is going to be for the sponsorship, but we'll get into that later. The third link is for the members. So if you like this show and you want to support it in other ways, you can go ahead and become a member. We got 3 tiers. First tier is gang, second tier is hitman, third tier is mob ties. You join any of those tiers, you're welcome to the cookout. You're locked in with us. The rest of the links are for the YouTube Clips channel and then all of our social media accounts. We got the TikTok, the Facebook, the X, the Instagram, the email. If you want to get in contact with me or anyone from my team, go ahead and hit us up there. All right, chat. Well, looks like we're going to have a good show tonight. We already got people backstage joining. I would say that if you guys didn't check out the last stream that I did, which was just this past Saturday, we did a full panel dating show. We had 6 girls on the show. It was a pretty dope show, man. We had women pretty much travel all over. We had some chicks travel from New York. I think one girl traveled from Massachusetts, over 6 hours away. Another girl traveled from Rhode Island, 5 hours away. And then some from New Jersey, and I think maybe even one from Maryland, I think it was. But yeah, girls all from out of state. I don't think maybe one of them was from PA, something like that. Yeah, but they were all out of state, man. It was a good show. So if you didn't check out the live dating podcast, which was just this past Saturday, after you watch this stream, go ahead and check it out, man. It's some good content there. And we're going to be posting out more clips. So all of you guys that's been tuning in, we got more clips of the full panel dating show that's going to be posting throughout the week. All right. So what I got in store for you guys today is usual. Anyone that's new here, what you can expect is for me to react to clips, and then I'll bring people up for open panel debate night. So first we'll start with some clips, spend about maybe 10, 15 minutes with reacting to a few clips. And then we'll start bringing people up for open panel debate night as people come in. Just for some of the rules for open panel debate night, there is none. All right. There is none. Come in here with guns blazing. No, but there's some few rules. When you come up, just make sure your camera is on. You can join through a laptop or your phone, and also come in prepared to debate. Don't come in here. Trust me, I love the supporters. I love the supporters. You know, people come in here like, Cooley, man, I like what you're doing. I appreciate the love. But tonight is not for love. Tonight is for war. It's open panel debate night. It's only war here. So come on up and prepare to debate. Prepare to get your worldview challenged, right? This is what it's about. If you see the thumbnail, it says worldviews. debate night. So we're debating against worldviews, culture, politics, all of that stuff. Come on up. Let's engage. All right. Let's get to the first clip. And once again, I do react to the clips that the members send me. So that's one of the perks. So if you become a member, I react to your clips. I get so many clips, so it's hard to get through all of them and react to everyone's, but I at least try to get to most of them, right? At least the ones that I can. With that being said, for open panel, well, before we get into open panel debate night, let's get into the first clip. All right, so first clip we got here, we're going to be reacting to, looks like Donald Trump responds after ICE agent fatally shoots woman, alleges the victim was disorderly, obstructing, and resisting. All right, so Trump, he's letting us know what was up. I'm sure a lot of you already watched that clip of what happened. I believe that was in Minneapolis. I believe it was. Yeah, it was. But so let's get into this, watch a little bit of it, just and I'll give you guys my reaction to it. See if we get a better video.
You can see the vehicle there. That's law enforcement pulling up in the pickup.
And it is the Honda Pilot that we should be focused on here. It's about a purplish, reddish color here. So let's take a look. Agent walking up. And then there's another agent. I don't know if you can see that one right there.
Yeah, so as you see, shots already went off. A lot of you probably seen this. This went viral, but I'll go ahead and give you guys my take on it. So it looks like some ICE agents was, they were doing their job, right? As far as at least what we can see in that moment. When it showed down, you can see a little bit more. This ICE agent here, the woman was in the wrong as far as resisting arrest and not getting out the vehicle and driving off from the cops. Now that's just stupid. Anybody knows, listen, man, if the cops stop you and you try to pull off, listen, man, you are violating. Anything can go wrong in that situation. And also, the cop does have to look at all scenarios. He can look at the scenario, well, his life could have been in jeopardy as far as being ran over. When we look at the video closer, though, let's see if we have another angle. We don't have another angle, but I looked at some other footage with a closer angle. And it does look like, cop's life in danger. Yeah, nah, I really don't think that. The wheel was turned already, so it was curving that way anyway. As far as the fatal shots, I would say that unnecessary for sure. Unnecessary fatal shots. I don't think that. So you got to look at it this way. As far as the legality of things, he probably didn't do anything wrong. He probably did exactly, what he was supposed to do in that situation. Not say supposed to kill someone, but at least supposed to protect his own life, right? When someone is obstructing justice and as Trump would say, let's see what Trump said. Yep, obstructing and resisting. So, it's a situation where it's like legally wise, homie probably get off scotch-free. Morality wise, nah, come on, man. You should have a little bit more human decency and look at human beings a little bit more than just that, right? And I believe that this was a white woman, white man. So this is one of the things where white on white crime. Come on, white folks, what's going on, man? What's going on? Y'all always like to talk about black people, right? And I talk about the blacks too. I do. Black people need to get it together. Stop gang banging, stop doing all the crime. But, this is why, you have a job to do, but you also need to look at people as human beings, right? So legality, I would say, homie probably really ain't, he probably get off scotch-free. But if we're looking at like the morality of it, is this immoral? Yeah, his acts was immoral, right? He's going to have to answer to that, especially with my faith. If there have to be some answers there. And even I would say if I put myself in his shoes, right, and I did that, it'd be like, I'm gonna have to answer to God. It's like, yeah, God gonna be like, bruh, you ain't have to kill her though, right? Like, yeah, you could shoot the tire. You could have shot the window to scare her, like, you know, shot the window in a way where it breaks the glass to, like, you get what I'm saying, to stop her. There's so many other things that you can do. But as far as the law is concerned, I mean, Shorty was all in the wrong. All in the wrong. As far as the law is concerned, she was 100% in the wrong. And not even with the law concerned, she was still in the wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to respect authority at the end of the day. You got to respect a hierarchy and authority. Cops say stop, don't go anywhere. Listen, just stop, don't go anywhere, right? Like, what's the point of putting your life in jeopardy? These guys got guns. You ain't got no guns. And if you do got a gun, you can't use it, because if you do use it, that's just more right to them to blow your head off the smithereens. You get what I'm saying? Let's watch this one more time, and then we'll get to what commentators are saying about it too.
They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly that.
So this is CBS News. Obviously, these are the liberals. They're trying to spin this as self-defense. Well, Shorty is in a vehicle, right? It's like, I would say it's almost even. Like, if you got a gun and I got a car, listen, I could run you over and it's over. Or you can shoot the car and pop me in the head. It's like, if we're looking at weapons, right? Like, what can do the most damage? A vehicle or a gun? It's close. I would say still a gun, right? But maybe not. Like a vehicle, man, you can run over a couple people at a time, but with a gun, you can shoot a couple people. They can both be utilized as weapons, right? And that's what, you know, as far as the legal system goes, vehicles are seen as, they can be used as a weapon. You can run someone over. You can do many heinous acts with it, right? So let's watch some more of this.
Is bullshit. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying, getting killed.
Well, recklessly using, so funny, the sign language lady, bro. Like, why is her mouth moving? Like, this is a serious situation. We got to keep them out of it. Like, you know, like, let's be honest here. Like, someone just died. It's a sensitive situation. And Shorty up here making faces like, look, bro, don't be. Yo, listen, if I got a family member that passed away from a death like this, I don't want her up there. Listen, don't be like making these hand gestures and stuff like that. You making jokes, it looked like. That's what it looked like to me. Go sit down somewhere.
As soon as it happened and we learned of the incident, we had several priorities. The first, of course, was to get the victim to the hospital and to get care as soon as possible.
Yo, she's still with, I can't even watch it no more. Her with the hand gestures, bro. Like, and then we got the nutty professor's sister back there. This fat black chick. There's got to be a chick. Them titties right there. Yeah, there's got to be a woman right there. What else we got?
They just killed that lady right there in that car, y'all.
All right, a couple more videos there. All right, well, that's my reaction on that. I'm sure other people got different perspectives, or if you share the same perspective, but if you definitely have a different perspective, come on up. Weapon is a weapon. I see y'all here in the chat. Yeah, man, it's, hey, listen, things happen, right? Things tend to happen. Things that are unfortunate tends to happen. And this is why we are in a moral war within the conservative side too, but also within the liberal side as well. I would say that every human being should know that that's wrong, right? Like, it's like, even when George Floyd passed away, like, he died, you know, some people say got killed. If you got any sense of morality in you, whether if you like the man or not, whether if you took that he popped the Molly before, watching the knee on the neck for that long is like, yeah, that's obsessive force. Like, seriously? And then also what this cop did, yeah, that's a little too much. Seriously? You get what I'm saying? So we just got to be honest with that. If you have any sense of morality. But if you're looking at the law, I mean, knee on the neck, her getting shot, yeah. And that stuff tends to happen. I see y'all in the chat. Some of people saying, yeah, it was definitely wrong. Someone says, not cool. He's seeing an interpreter for the first time. Now, I've seen many of them before, but that one was funny. Like she was just funny. They all not like that. They do the facial gestures, but not to that extreme. Like Shorty was animated with it. She was super animated. Let's get to the next clip. We got I think it's a clip in here of someone. Let me see if I can find it. Is it this one? No, let's see what we got here. I think it's this one. Yeah, here we go. So here's this guy from the Avengers, from Marvel Universe, the Hulk. I think his name is Mark.
Mark, what's the pin? It's for Renee Nicole Good, who was murdered. We have a vice president who's lying about what's happening. We have we're in the middle of a war with Venezuela that we illegally invaded. He's telling the world that international law doesn't matter to him. The only thing that matters to him is his own morality. But the guy is a convicted felon or convicted rapist. He's a
Wait, he bugging right now. He's emotional. Let's just be honest here, man. Like, some people should not speak on politics, and he is one of them. You can tell that he's a mean, mad male feminist, and he just has a lot of rage in his heart. Oh, talking about morality. Oh, it wasn't right for Trump to go ahead and evade Venezuela. He has the nerve to speak about morality. Meanwhile, you're a Democrat and you voted left. You are pro the woke agenda. You are pro LGBTQ plus, and you tend to speak about morality. There's no place for you to speak about morality. When you vote in, presidents and public officials and things like that, governors and stuff that spread degeneracy, mass degeneracy in our country. Now, as far as, Venezuela, I mean, listen, man, all is fair in love and war, right? I could definitely say it's like, all right, man, it's type crazy what homie did, but if we're looking at America as wanting to be a superpower and spread a message out of there like we ain't the ones to play with, sometimes you got to do that, right? Not sometimes, you got to do that. But yeah, man, this guy's just emotional. Let's listen to more.
pedophile. He's the worst human being in the world.
Bro called him a pedophile, a rapist. He called them everything in the book. Meanwhile, he probably bows to a rainbow flag. He definitely bows to a rainbow flag.
Relying on this guy's morality for the most powerful country in the world, then we're all in a lot of trouble. So this is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today. I know I'm one of them.
You're not scared. You're a liar. And it's so funny with these white male liberals, these white male feminists. They're always lying. You're rich, filthy rich. What are you afraid of? You don't live in a hood. Don't got to worry about black people. You're not in an area where your own people ain't gonna get you. You get what I'm saying? Like, conservative whites aren't coming after liberal whites and just doing crazy things. If anything, it's the other way around. It's the liberal whites. Look at Charlie Kirk. The liberal whites, right? Got shot from, so far, what's out there, what's being reported is that the dude was involved with a transgender woman. Basically, the person that shot him was in a relationship with a transgender man. So with that being said, it's like the left be coming at the right with a lot more violence than the right coming at the left, I would say. from my observation, that's what I can see. So wait, why are you scared? If anything, I got a platform and I'm speaking about a lot of crazy things. And I'm not as rich as you. I should be afraid, but fear? No, I only fear God. This is how I can tell you have a weird ideology and a weird mindset. I'm afraid. Bro, what are you afraid of? Any masculine man, you should only fear one thing, and that's the man above, right? So I know that you're probably an atheist, or you definitely think that morality is subjective, just how I know you're speaking. So he's an idiot.
I love this country, and what I'm seeing here happening is not America. It's just not.
I would love the country a little bit more if Trump took all of that oil from Venezuela and then was like, you know what? No more income tax. Like, bro, we got all that oil now. You can do something. Like, why is the American people, why we still got to pay income tax? Like, why can't we get a piece of the pie? Like, he took the oil and then is like, well, yeah, we're going to, the money that we make off of it, we're going to pay Venezuela. All right, yeah, I see what you're trying to say. Like, oh, you ain't really, trying to just fully steal from them. You're trying to give back. But it's like, well, the American people are the ones that fund the military. So, we can't get a piece of that oil. We can't get a piece of them goods. Like, let's at least do like no more income tax, right? Income tax free. At least for a couple years, you could do something like that. You know what? As long as we got this oil, 5 years, no more income tax. Oh, we lit. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, Trump, go ahead and invade them over there, too. Nah, I'm wilding right now. But that would just make more sense if the American people got a direct benefit of this. But we don't see any direct benefit. Well, most people are still suffering from inflation and many other types of things. So,
Mark, why do you feel that this platform is still useful to spread a message like this?
Listen, I want to pretend like this is, I want to be here to celebrate.
Bro, just be the Hulk. Be a Marvel superhero, man. You are not the guy to be speaking on politics.
And I am here to celebrate, and I'm proud to have a Golden Globe nomination. But also, this is not normal anymore.
It's so funny, like in a theater, like this actor, Mark, he seems thorough because then he changes into the Hulk. But, when he's a regular guy, just Bruce Banner, like he's a nerd. But in real life, he's lower than the nerd character. So it's like, okay, he plays the Hulk, but then he also plays Bruce Banner. So the Hulk is like masculine, it's every CGI. It's not him at all. But then Bruce Banner is still like, the nerd, still more masculine than this character here. But then him in real life is more effeminate than Bruce Banner, the character he plays. It's like, come on, man. Why are you whining and you're shaking? Why is it like a, like when you speaking like that, well, I'm American. It's like, it's a nervousness. It's like a fear, but he's an actor. So this is probably just all fake acting. Like it's fake fear is what he's doing, man. It's just dumb.
And so I don't know how I could be quiet, and I'm feeling a little sick, so it's hard to BS right now. So,
Mark, what's the pin?
Yeah, man. Let's move on. Next clip. Actually, we got some people backstage. Let's bring some people up for open panel debate night. Open panel debate night. And my brother made me a new intro song, so shout outs to my bro Swinger. I'm gonna go ahead and I got to get someone to edit up a new intro video for me and include the new beat that my brother made me, so we can have a whole new intro song for debate night. But anyways, let's hop into it.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and what do you want to debate about?
My name is Alex. Can you hear me?
I could hear you.
I want to debate about spirit.
Your audio is cutting in and out a little bit though, and it's a little low. Nope, still cutting in and out. Maybe take your headphones off. I'm gonna go ahead and put you backstage. Try to get that. Yeah, take the headphones off real quick. All right, let me hear you speak. No, I can't hear you now. Nope, can't hear you. Well, now I can a little bit. Looks like you got that figured out, but the quality is real bad. How about this, man? How about you exit stream, come back in? Maybe that'll help it.
All right, we'll do that.
All right, peace.
Bye.
All right, chat. Get the likes up. Everybody get the likes up. I see you in here. Yeah. Dana, debate night. We are back. I must be shadow banned or something right now. I've been posting clips. Clips is hardly not getting any views. I'm live right now. Only got 150. So definitely shadow banned for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on. Is this a matrix attack? Right? Who's coming after me right now? What's going on? Because I am definitely shadow banned. Everybody that's tuning in on Facebook, though, come on over to YouTube. That's No Fugazee Podcast on YouTube. All right. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and what do you want to debate about? No audio. Unmute yourself.
My fault.
All good.
Definite huge fan, so I'm going to be transparent and say that I'm not an op, obviously. But it's real funny how we forget that actors are very, very charismatic, very.
Gotta let you know, tonight is open panel debate night. If you want to come up, I do appreciate the support, but you have to come up to debate. If not, I can react to my own content, right? So I'm not really bringing people up to get their opinions or their takes on things. That's what I'm here for. I'm giving you my opinion and my takes. Now, if you disagree with my opinion and my takes, then you can come on up and join open panel debate night. So once again, just pay attention to the rules. Anyone I bring up here, state your name and let me know what you want to debate about. Only come up here if you want to debate me, right? If you come up here, you got same opinion or you got a perspective, great. Keep your own perspective, and thank you for the love. Thank you for supporting. But other than that, it's debate night, man. All right, let's try Alex again.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you good, Alex.
I want to debate on influence creates thinking and thinking creates behavior.
Okay, I can hear you good. Okay, go ahead. What's your point?
Okay, my point is, and again, I feel you are contradicting yourself by saying influence creates thinking, thinking creates behavior. And you also say there are exceptions to the law, and exceptions doesn't make the law. So if, let's say, I give you an example.
You mean exceptions to the rule?
Exceptions to the rule. All right, exceptions to the rule. Okay.
All right.
So people grow up in broken family, people grow up in bad environment. So that some people, they can actually come out from that very well. But generally, no, because that's what influenced them. So that's my take. That's my debate. You understand?
Okay, that's totally fine. I don't have a different view than that. That is compatible with influence creates thinking, thinking creates behavior. It's not a universal claim, right? When I say that influence creates behavior, influence creates thinking, thinking creates behavior, this isn't a universal claim like when you're influenced, it always creates how you think. No, I believe that we have free will. I believe that the external influences and even our internal influences, like our biology, it influences us, but we still have the ability to not think something and to not act in a way as well. But generally, people, most human beings, many human beings, they don't think anything other than what they've been influenced by, and they don't really behave differently than what they are thinking.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say, that is the general rule, because what they have been influenced is the way they will. Or you say they have free will, they can choose, but how are they going to choose?
Shouts out to Geoverse TV. Appreciate the love. My bad. You just joined the membership, the gang. Appreciate you, man. Shout outs to you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So you say there's a free will for them to choose, but how are they going to choose when they will be succumbed by their influence, by the environment? How will they choose? Free will is there, but how will they choose? The environment plays a role.
So you've never been tempted by something and then chose not to follow what you've been tempted by?
Okay, I can resist temptation because I have the capacity to differentiate good and bad. And
so do you think that you're the only one that has that ability and that's capable of that?
Okay, I don't think so. I'm the only one who has the ability.
We all human beings, we're made in the image of God. So all human beings have free will, and we have the same capacity that you just explained, meaning that if we are tempted by something and influence, we have the ability for our will to supersede what we've been exposed to and influenced by. We all have the capacity. Now, some people have a little bit more willpower than others because they've put their willpower to the test. They've been through adversities and traumas and overcame, so they built up strong, some mental fortitude there to overcome these things. But others haven't. So, I mean, you haven't really told me anything thus far that's like not in accordance with my mantra.
Saying, although they have the ability, they cannot choose.
Why can't they choose?
Okay, I'll tell you why they cannot choose.
Okay.
Because for them to choose, ability is there, but they know it is okay. Oh, I cannot take drugs. It's bad. All right. But they will be like, oh, if I don't take drugs, I cannot stay here. So I need to stay here, so I take drugs. You get what I mean? They cannot. You say there's an ability, but they cannot execute the ability. You get what I mean?
Okay, so you're saying that, well, that does not negate the fact that they have that doesn't negate the fact that they aren't capable. You believe in free will? I can't hear you.
But they are not
Wait,
capable.
I couldn't hear you. Your audio cut out.
I believe in free will, but they are not capable.
So if you believe in free will, how that's a contradiction then. If you believe in free will and then you also say that people aren't even capable to make a choice to choose other than what they've been influenced by, then that's a contradiction.
Okay, you take my situation that I said. Drugs is bad, but this child, if the child didn't take drugs, cannot live. They have to be in that house. They have to take drugs. If not, they cannot stay in the house. So what do you say on this situation? Free will? You want to say free will? You want to say they want to differentiate good and bad? Cannot. If they want to.
Yeah. So you're making a scenario where there's children, which they are under the authority. Yeah, they are under the authority of their parents. Now their parents are just bad and they're trying to give the child drugs. And you're saying that the child then doesn't have a choice to take the drug. That's what you're saying.
It cannot work. Yep.
Okay, let me ask you a question. If the child, even though parents have authority over children, let's say if the father tells the child, don't touch that. If you touch that, I'm going to whoop you, going to pop your hands. And you're going to cry. It's going to hurt. You think the child is going to still be tempted and possibly still going to touch that thing that the father told them not to? Or they're incapable of touching it now?
Okay, they are capable to touch, but they know if they touch, they're going to get something.
Okay, now you would know that you would concede and say, generally, when parents tell children not to do something, they still disobey, they still do it, right? Yeah, which means that you are refuting your own point. Since children are still disobedient to their parents when the parents tell them to do something and they rebel and they do the opposite, this means that they are still capable of choosing differently than what their parents told them. So in your hypothetical, if the father is like, take these drugs or I'm gonna whoop your butt, the child can still say no. Now it's different. The father can force the child to take the drugs. That's something different. Then yeah, the will would be taken away. At least the physical will of the child would be taken away. Same if the father said, oh, if you touch that, I'm going to whoop you. Matter of fact, I'm going to make sure you don't touch it. I'm going to lock you in a room. So yeah, in some ways, the father would be taking part of the will away for the child to act out their will and, move around the entire house and things like that, right? So that's going to happen, but you still have your mind. So even if I met you, right, and I don't like you, you talking junk, I'm like, I don't know, nigga, you stink. I'm about to knock you smooth out. And I knock you smooth out. I tie you up and I put you in my basement. I took your physical will away. You can't physically move.
Okay.
Did I take your mind? Did I take your thoughts? Can you still think?
Can still think.
All right, yeah. So you still got some will there. As long as you got your faculties up here and I don't have your mind and no one has your mind, unless I'm like maybe shooting some drugs in you and like drugging you and then your mind is comatose, then that's different. Then I took your body will away and your mental will away where you basically a vegetable, right? You ain't got no will. So it's not to say that other human beings can't get in the way of our free will. Free will doesn't mean that, oh, well, if you can do this to me and lock me up or do this, take my will away to a degree, that doesn't mean we don't have that means that we don't have free will. That's not the argument. The argument is that God gives you free will. Even if someone locks you up, you still got your faculties. Just the simple fact that you have a choice, because that's what free will is, the ability to make choices. I believe it's like 2 or more choices, either physically or, in your mind, then you're good.
Okay.
Noted.
Thank you.
All right. That's all you got for me? All right, man.
Yeah. Second time. Thank you.
All right. Peace.
All right. Bye.
This guy, funny. I think he did come up before. He did. He said second time. I think I remember him. He asked me hypothetical questions like that before, trying to challenge, me on my perspective and things like that. Yeah, like, fellas, ladies and gents, like influence creates thinking creates behavior. That's not a universal claim. And I maybe wouldn't even say create. We can say create, but maybe inform would even be better. Influence informs thinking informs behavior. I like create, that word just sounds better though. That's why I use that. But okay, cool. We got more people backstage. We got Cuddy. Yo, I see you backstage just chilling. You're probably waiting for open panel debate night. When things do like fully open up and we got a panel running, then I'll bring you back. I'll bring you on up. You'll be the first one to come up. I see you back here. All right, let's get to the next clip and let's get the likes up. Everybody that's in here, support the channel. All right, and we're going to get to more clips in just a second here, but let's take a moment out for our sponsor for tonight. All right, fellas, mission is critical. I was searching my name online and found tons of information that was way too personal. So I thought to myself, who has the ability to leak this type of information? And I found out there's companies called data brokers that profit out of selling your information to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. You already know I've been through many matrix attacks where people create fake pages of mine by using my data. And the same can happen to you. That's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep them off of these sites. They also do other things like bank fraud, identity theft alerts, and also VPN access. I want you to go ahead and utilize my link below in the description box for a 14-day free trial. At least you'll see if you've been compromised or not. Privacy is key nowadays, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link in the description box at aura.com/nofugazi and get 2 weeks free. That's more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. All right, welcome back to No Fugazi. So that was a sponsor for today, Aura. If you support me, go ahead and support Aura. You get a free 14-day trial. And let me just let everyone know, because we are still playing well, it's a race out there to win this microphone. So when you sign up for Aura, I've already shipped out probably about 10 of these already. These No Fugazi shirts, God over man, man over woman, woman over children. So all shirts have been shipped out this Saturday, was shipped out Monday, I'm sorry. All shirts were shipped out Monday. So Monday morning, actually. So you should be getting your shirts either this Friday or by next Monday. So yeah, here's the deal. I'll go ahead and restate it again if the people aren't aware. If you join Aura, it is a 14-day free trial, as you've seen in the ad video, and they protect your data and your information. They look out for me. So this is why they're my sponsor, right? Once you sign up, I'll give you a free shirt, right? So one, you get the service for 14 days for free. They'll go ahead and let you know if your information has been leaked on any sites, like your social security number, like your debit card number and stuff like that. And you don't even have to give that personal information to them. They're very secure. They'll go ahead and just find it with your name and your and your date of birth. They'll find the match for you. And they'll let you know what's out there. And it's 14 days. It's a free service, and it's really good. And anything they find within that 14 days of free service, they'll help you even get it removed. You get to fully utilize the service for free for 14 days. But once you sign up, you just click the link that's pinned. It's the second link in the YouTube comments. You get this shirt for free. Just take a screenshot of you signing up, send it to my email, or send it to me on Instagram or Facebook Messenger, and send me your address and your name, and I'll ship this shirt out to you, man. We got 2 sizes. We got mediums and we got large. So that's the 2 sizes we got. Now, once we get up to 50 people that signed up, I think currently we're at, I sent out 10 shirts, but it was a few people that signed up that was members and stuff too. They didn't win any shirts because they already got free shirts before. So I think we're about like at 20. We need like 30 more signups. So once we get 30 more signups, your name, I'm going to like write your name on a piece of paper, put it in a bowl, throw it in that bowl, and then live on stream, I'm going to pick a random person's name out that signed up and got a free t-shirt. You're going to get a chance to win this free Shure microphone. And this is a good mic. Very, very good mic. Professional mic. It's brand new. Haven't even been opened. The seal is still locked on there. And yeah, you see me utilize these mics on my full panel dating shows. Great mic. This is a Shure mic too. So yeah, that's how you can get it. So if you want a chance to win a free Shure mic, go ahead and sign up for Aura. Grab your free t-shirt by sending me a screenshot that you signed up through Instagram DMs, Facebook DMs, or my email. And all of my email and my Facebook and Instagram is right on the YouTube description on YouTube. It's right in there. So that's where you can find that information there. But all right, let's get back to business. See if we got anybody backstage. Nope, nobody backstage. All right, so let's get to some more clips. Let's get to the clips. All right, what we got here?
From 200 BCE, Greek soldier, javelin drawn, clearly melanated, not a servant, not a myth. Ivan Van Sertima wrote about this and they came before Columbus. Art doesn't lie, he's depicted mid-battle. This is Roman Greece, 2nd century CE. You can see his cornrows, his skin tone. This isn't a caricature. Scholars like Runoko Rashidi documented these across Turkey, Greece, and Egypt. The empire was melanated before it was mythological.
The original Greeks were all black. End of story!
Go fucking study it. This Etruscan bust? It's from 600 BCE. Looks like Isaac Hayes. The original Latin and Greek-speaking founders look like this. It ain't Afrocentrism, it's archaeology. Ammon, documented by Herodotus in the 5th century BCE. Ammon was an African deity from Libya and Egypt. Early Zeus cults merged with him before classical Greece. These statues weren't white marble originally, they were painted dark. But you'll still say, nah bro, Greeks were white. The mosaic has a pH.
All right, let's just pause this real quick. So this is definitely an AI generated video. This is trendy right now where there's groups of black people, or maybe just some other people as well. They're trying to say that, well, black people were originally the originators, and they came from Greek. The first Greeks were black. That's what they're trying to say. And as far as I can tell, this history isn't matching up with reality at all. It's so funny, man, how like things have become trendy and like low IQ people would just believe it. But a little simple Google search would give you some information. Now, it is true that the Moors were over there and they were definitely involved in the culture and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if there aren't, you know, maybe some, you know, resemblance of black culture or African, let's say African culture within the Greek nations, within the Greek nation and stuff like that. But as far as like the entire society being African, like, nah. Or being melanated, how they say, yeah, man, nah. We got no evidence of that. We got no evidence of that. So these are just lies. But I guess it's a funny clip that someone sent me. Let's get to another one. But yeah, that's definitely Fugazee. That was AI generated. And it's like, you know what? It kind of make a little bit of sense though if you think about it. It's like, you know what? We're going to get revenge. Like, I'm sure black people probably thinking like, bro, they tried to steal the pyramids from us. Like, it's factual because we can see it. The Great Pyramids in Egypt, it's black paintings all on the wall, right? Now, I think you got some like fair skin paintings or maybe some white, but that was like after Alexander the Great General took over Kemet, renamed it Egypt, and you know that stuff happened in history. But like it's very clear that with the statues, with all of the hieroglyphs, I think that's what they call it, the paintings on the wall, Egypt was a black culture. Africans, it was Africans in Egypt. White people didn't originate in Egypt, right? That's very stupid. Real dumb. That didn't happen. So yeah, we can see that there is an agenda to whitewash some stuff. If you look at the movies, a lot of these movies that I watched, I believe the one movie on Amazon Prime is called King David. And it's the biblical story of, you know, David and stuff like that. And even the Moses story, it's always like a white man. In all of the movies, they make Moses the white man, they make David the white man and things like that. Or even these ancient Egyptian type movies, it's white people where we know for sure in Moses' days, bro, it was nothing but black people there. Nothing but black people. And we know this because Moses was, you know, he was a Jew, but, and that's, you know, across the Red Sea, I believe. Is it the Red Sea? Yeah, it is across the Red Sea. So you got Egypt and then you got to cross the sea to get to Jerusalem. But that's where like he was from. And the resemblance, biblical teachings would tell you that the ancient Egypts and Jerusalem, they look so much alike that they didn't even know that Moses wasn't Egyptian or let's say Kemet. They thought that he was the same because the Jews and the Egyptians looked the same back then, right? So, and this was way before Alexander the Great, took over Egypt. Now, with that being said, it's like, with all the movies out there, it seems like they do have an agenda to whitewash northern parts of Africa. I don't know why. It's weird, but that is an agenda out there. So if I can point out that black people right now is currently trying to blackwash Greek, I'm just being transparent here, man. Y'all got to keep it funky. White people have been trying to do that for decades, and it ain't working. It never worked. Because it's like, you can't fool us. We all got eyes. Why is all the noses missing off the Sphinx, missing off the statues? It's missing off because they big fat noses. The nose look like mine or wider. And they like, oh no, we know Europeans don't got them noses at all. Let's cut them noses off, right? That's what happened. So yeah, man, white people definitely had an agenda, but looks like black people have that same agenda now to try to like blackwash some stuff. But let's get to this clip, see what we got.
Inauguration speech this week, he said some things that sent chills down the spines of people who are paying attention. This language he uses right here, bone chilling.
We will draw this city closer together. We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism.
We're going to replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism. Number one, I just want to say, well, hey, brother, rugged individualism built the greatest civilization that humanity has ever seen. And let me just say, the warmth of collectivism has killed 100 million people in the last century. All socialism is communism before it gets guns.
That is facts.
Not a joke. Like, I've read some history books. The more he talks, bro, this guy is like actually dyed-in-the-wool communist ideals. So you got an Islamic socialist elected in the same city where 9/11 happened about 24 years ago. Little insane. So here's the question, Paul Carlos. What is the warmth of collectivism? Well, let me read you a few quotes. The individual is nothing. The collective is everything. Joseph Stalin. The interests of the individual must be subordinate to the interests of the collective. That's Mao. Everything in the state, nothing outside the state, nothing against the state. And by the way, the state is the collective. That was Benito Mussolini. And then you have...
Like, when you think about this has to be an agenda. Like, for Mamdani winning, Zoran Mamdani, this has to be like an agenda. This had to been conjured up in some way. I don't think it was like truly organic, right? It was funded. Now he likes to say like, oh, it wasn't funded kind of, but it's like, where did you come from, bro? Like, no one knew about you 2 years ago, right? No one even knew about you last year, 12 months ago, right? Maybe some people in New York, but like, you just came out of nowhere and you win. And, but you know what? Maybe it's not an agenda because, New York is a failed state anyway. Like, who wants to live in New York, bro? Rent out there to live in a little apartment that's smaller than this little space that I have here, my studio, which is, it's a good, square footage, but probably about like 500 square feet. Bruh, you paying like $4,000 a month, probably. Now I say probably like $2,500 a month for 500 square feet. Matter of fact, 500 square feet. No, you probably paying like $3,000, $4,000 a month. New York rent is crazy, bro. The cost of living is out of this world, and New York stink. I don't know if you ever been to New York, bro. It smells. It's mad weird smells. I hate New York. I hate going to New York. Traveling there sucks. Getting across the bridge is trash. When you go in there, it's mad people, mad weird looking people too. And it smells, right? That's what it is. It's like New York is trash, bro. Be honest with y'all. If y'all never traveled to New York, it ain't what you thinking. Oh, the Big Apple. Yeah, I want to see the big buildings. Yeah, it looks cool if you in a helicopter, maybe flying over, Most of y'all not doing that. You're going to be on the ground, right? You on the ground. It just looks like a bunch of people. It's always crowded. Traffic is terrible. Can't nobody drive. And it's mad rats. Mad rats. Like, you'll pay $3,000 or more for a 500 square little apartment, 500 foot square little apartment, and then it be rat infested. There's no upside to it. I don't know why people live there. It's trash. Now, if you got some bread, right? But it still don't make no sense. Maybe if you got like a business over there, you doing something, then okay, I can see why you're over there in New York. But maybe I'm biased because I'm just not a city person. Like, I want to be like where I live. I'm not near nothing. I'm out the way. It's land around my area. You feel what I'm saying? All right, let's get to the next clip. But yeah, man, I think that Ma'am Danny, whatever his freaking name is, it's probably agenda. I don't think that was organic. And if it was organic, it just shows you how, fast New York has been decaying and already decayed. Next clip. Get the likes up, chat. Let's go. We still waiting for more people to join Open Panel Debate Night. So once again, if you want to join Open Panel Debate Night, click the first link in the YouTube description or click the link that's pinned in the YouTube comments and come on over for Open Panel Debate Night. You can debate me about any topics that you want. Once again, you have the upper hand. Think about it, guys. You're probably at home, was watching my content before anyway, hating like, oh, I hate this. No for good, nothing, nigga. Now you have a chance to prove that you're smarter than me. You have a chance to prove all of these things and how no Fugazee and Cooley is just it's all fake over here, right? This is your chance to get that 15 minutes of fame. Think about it. If you make me look stupid, you can clip it up and go viral. You could be a celebrity overnight, right? But people try. Many have tried. Many have failed. But maybe you can get lucky. So don't give up hope. Click that link. All right, who's this chick?
Makes women happy. And I was thinking on the toilet, well, what makes me happy is, unfortunately, or fortunately, the traditional things. And now, had I said that to my 20-year-old self, I would be horrified because I was a good feminist. And I fought my way through comedy and I did all the clubs. I'll show you, I'll be the best female comic. And I carried this anger that compelled me for 20 years, right? Mm-hmm. And then I became a mom and I got humbled by illness. And then I was like...
Yeah, what you guys are listening is the original story of the American feminist that finally wakes up when she gets older and she gets some kids. And then she's like, well, darn, I was sold the lie. Like, I was sold to chase my career, chase education, put my family aside. But now that I'm older, I had some kids and things like that. It's like, well, I'm more fulfilling being a stay-at-home mom rather than working as 9 to 5, clocking in and working for a boss, right? So this story is the original feminist story. It's not common. I mean, it is pretty common. This happens a lot to these women. Some of them wake up early and they still got a little bit of life left in them where they can, bear some children and things like that. And then there's other ones that wake up too late and they're like 40 something years old and living with cats and dogs. So.
Okay. So what makes me happy? I know what makes me happy. I can't speak for all women, but is there something to my biology, to my essence? Possibly. It was the male ideal of success that ruined women. It was this idea that in order to become equal, we had to be like you.
That is bars. It was the male's idea of success that women took on. They're like, the image of a male working and accomplishing things and being established and being a businessman, this is attractive. Let me go ahead and do exactly what the man does. And then when a woman goes out and chase that, not all, but most, a huge majority of most, it's not fulfilling for them. So a lot of them end up on antidepressive medications. And then there's other ones that wake up.
Yes. That's the problem. I have to have my career exactly like Tom's. I have to be successful. It's like, this is not going to work for me. This is not going to work because I'm a mother. My body can't keep up with this pace of work. It's not good. And it makes the woman angry, resentful, bitter. And now I'm useless because if my kid can't come for a snuggle and my cat can't come, I'm the center of the home. This is the truth. And it's not pretty to say anymore, but that's what I learned. What makes
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, it'll be feminists that'll listen to her speak. They'll be like, "Oh, she's a traitor." There's feminists out there like, "Oh, I hate her. She's a traitor." But yeah, you feminists out there, you'll suffer. Most of you will suffer the same outcomes. The same exact outcomes, possibly even worse, because at least she got to experience motherhood. She had some children and she's a mother, right? But a lot of those feminists out there, no, they'll waste all of their prime years, all of their good years, their prime years to find a man, their prime years to birth as many children as they want, and also their prime years of, really, being a mom and being able to get pregnant. Because once you're 30, I think 35 is high risk pregnancy. Women lose about 80% of their eggs. And when you're 40, it's like, probability goes up for, Down syndrome and all of these other type of birth defects. So yeah, man, women don't understand that they have a time clock. You have a time clock, chicks. All of you have a time clock. So, leave the casino while you're up. Don't leave the casino while you're down. These feminists like to leave the casino when they're down. They spend their years out partying, working for a boss, right? Getting piped down in college, getting ran through with all of these, with their work boyfriends and things like that. So they get passed around a lot. Then when they get older, they're like, I want to settle down. Where's all the good men? Well, the good men that you want, because all women still want, generally speaking, I would say most women still want masculine men, and masculine men ain't tolerating a chick that's been ran through and a chick that can't give them no kids, right? We're going to get that young girl that can. All right, let's get to another clip. See what we got here.
Unwin wrote a book in 1934 called Sex and Culture, where he examined 86 civilizations over 5,000 years. And shocker, he finds a 100% correlation between free the libido, Woodstock sexual insanity, and the death of civilizations. And he says once a civilization adopts total sexual freedom, that's actually the phrase he uses, you have 3 generations before your civilization is taken over by another society with greater social energy. Child sacrifice is always the foundation of a teetering empire. You can't get the right to life right, you won't get any other rights right. And those who murder the unborn cannot be trusted to govern the born. And those who murder the unborn will one day murder you too, the longer that you tolerate the sacrament of faith.
Yeah, homie's spitting right now.
I think it was 73. 3 things happened in 1973. Obviously, Roe v. Wade, the Endangered Species Act that gives more legal protections to porpoises and sea turtles than human babies.
Wow.
And thirdly, the removing of obscenity laws by our Supreme Court, allowing the widespread distribution of pornography. All that happens in 73. So if I'm doing my math right, 73 to 2003, 2003 to 2033. So we're approaching the 3rd and final chapter. J.D. Unwin wrote.
Yeah, man. Once the society reaches, sexual decay, sexual degeneracy, where, currently right now we're living in a deregulated sexual marketplace here in America. I would say not all in the entire world, but in many countries, but definitely here in the West, where women, they can abort their children whenever they want, over 1 million abortions per year. It's like over 30 something different forms of contraceptives that women can take to stop their pregnancies. So with this being said, there's no blockage or nothing stopping them to hinder the woman to think twice about sleeping with this man, or even the man to think twice about sleeping with that woman. There's no negative, there's negative consequences, but is very minimum negative consequences with all of the different forms of contraceptives, condoms, and things like that. So which means that people are more likely to sleep around because they're not really going to be held accountable, especially women, since women hold access to sex. They hold the key to sex. Well, I could just go ahead and sleep with whoever I want, because if the guy gets me pregnant, I can have an abortion. If the guy gets me pregnant, I can take a plan B. If the guys get me pregnant, I can take a plan Z. You get what I'm saying? So why value one another? Like, if you have all of these training wheels on society when it comes to sex, like, okay, well, you can avoid this mistake by taking this. You can avoid accountability by doing this. All of these things to escape accountability, then people aren't really going to, men and women aren't going to value one another. They're going to look at one another as just fun, just a good time. Let's have some fun, hot girl summer, getting their body count up, stuff like that. So men and women, they're going to engage in degeneracy. And what this does is it destroys the society. You see birth rates decrease because of this, right? We are below replacement level in our population because women aren't having kids. Supposed to be 2.7 babies per woman in America. Currently right now, it's at about 1.6 babies per woman in America. So we're not having enough babies overall. And then not only that, women are having babies at a later age because they're prioritizing their education and career rather than family and a man. So that's what happens. Good take. It says sexual insanity equals collapse of civilization. This is true. I like that. That was a good video. Okay, let's see what else we got. Anybody back here for our open panel? We still got Cuddy back here. Cuddy, I see you back here waiting patiently, man. Sometimes it takes a little bit. We're in, Normally, when we get to that hour and a half mark, people start coming up, but we'll see. We'll see. A few people hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on, it was Instagram and even Facebook. They're like, I sent them the link. They're like, yo, I'm going to join. I'm going to debate you, but they ain't show up. That's what happens, though. They're fearful.
Me one example of socialism you think working well somewhere.
A good example of socialism working well somewhere, this is a really, really cool question. I think of Cuba in particular, very, very high literacy rate, number one. Number two, extremely strong commitment to public health. So that's one example that I can think.
Bro said, Cuba, homie is an idiot. Homie is an idiot. If Cuba was working well, why are they dealing with so many problems? Why are the Cubans trying to leave Cuba and come to America? It must not be working well, bro. What is he talking about? Homie she says, give me an example where, socialism is working good in another society currently today. Homie points to Cuba. You know how many Cubans are in Florida right now because they swam? Like, they ain't even take a boat. They was like, listen, I'm about to swim with the sharks and all to escape this regime.
Think of that would resonate with pretty much anybody in our state who cares about education or healthcare. Would you disagree with that?
Okay, so the reason why he said Cuba was education and healthcare. Oh, well, Cuba has a good education system and they have, good healthcare. Well, to whose standard? I don't know anybody currently in America right now is like, you know what? I broke my leg. I don't want to get my leg fixed in America. Let me go to Cuba. Yeah, I'm gonna deal with them Cubans and get this surgery done on my leg. Don't nobody want to go to Cuba. Cubans don't want to be in Cuba. So he's just lying. Dude is making up stuff. How he gonna appeal to healthcare and education to say, oh, well, yeah, Cuba is a good socialist nation right now? He's an idiot. This person is not one of us. We may share a similar skin color, but I do not know this individual. I don't claim this individual. I don't know who this nigga is. Listen, what's that Drake diss song? Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. He not like us, bruh.
People flee on makeshift rafts and die in the ocean to flee Cuba for the United States.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that...
Listen, when a white chick make you look stupid, you know it's like, man, it's time to hang it up. Meaning that, like, listen, man, she stopped you right in your tracks. She said exactly what I said. People are escaping Cuba. So what are you speaking about? That's a bad example.
That is something that absolutely we have to be sensitive to, but you asked me about institutions that are working really, really well.
I asked you about places socialism is working, and you chose a country that people will risk their lives to flee from to this country. There's a reason for that, Sean.
There was a revolution in Cuba.
Hey, listen, I know a nigga that'll chop his arm off right now to leave Cuba and come to America. Listen, it's people in Cuba right now that would give up their baby to come to America. Like, oh, take Paco. We don't want Paco. You have Paco. God bless you. Yo, I know some chicks that God, you want baby? You want take the baby. I know chicks that'll sell their baby, sell their toto, sell anything that they have to leave Cuba and to come to America. Think about it. Listen, this been going on for a while in Cuba. The movie Scarface. I know a lot of you people probably watch Scarface, but those that didn't watch Scarface, Tony, you think Scarface escaped from Cuba, came over here in Florida, built up his little gang and stuff, his little mob, and started causing some chaos. The entire story of Scarface is about Cubans dealing with socialism, escaping that and escaping it illegally, right? Coming over here in America illegally, and then, creating some businesses and stuff over here in Florida. So homie is just dumb. Like, he ain't even have to read a book to get this information. He could have watched Scarface to get this information.
That is correct.
They still do it to this day.
Right.
They show up on the beaches of Miami.
Right.
Because they would rather be here and would risk their lives in shark-infested water to flee the country that you just gave me an example of.
And if the situation were reversed, the injuries and the ailments that they sustain as a result...
He's an idiot. Homie is dumb. It's dumb. Got this super chat right here. This guy says, no Fugazee, debate Kasparian. Are you talking about Anna Kasparian, the woman that, Pearl debated in Word War debate? Listen, I would wash her. She doesn't stand a chance at all. Like, I would have made her cry on that debating stage. She would have cried, right? She would have cried. It's a different animal over here. They say that Pearl took an L. I don't got nothing against Pearl either. I've never even spoke about Pearl on my stream. I went on another stream and challenged her views a little bit on this other podcast, but it wasn't planned. Like, I didn't even know she was going to be on there. But, I got nothing against Pearl. I would say that me and Pearl agree. We would agree on a lot of things, but then there's many things that we would disagree on, but nothing against Pearl at all. But I would say, Pearl, join Open Panel Debate Night here on No Fugazee Podcast. It'll definitely help out with you getting your reps in, you having the ability to just shoot better from the hip and find out different ways of attack to attack people's argument. Also figuring out different ways to defend your own position as well. This is why I do Open Panel Debate Night. Like last year, bro, my skills got way up from last year to this year. If you guys look at some of my old debates, I was trash. I didn't take many L's. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't take many L's, but that's because I just tend to be a logical man. With that being said, though, doing Open Panel Debate Night, it definitely helps out with tactics, debating tactics, and it also helps out with you getting your reps in and understanding arguments and how people articulate their arguments, so then you can anticipate it. Like sometimes when people start speaking, I can already anticipate the next thing they're going to say, and then I can be prepared to refute that, or I can be prepared with a question. Because sometimes in debates, you can win debates with questions, bro. Right? Like with Xena, I cooked her with questions. Xana got bodied with questions, man. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's what it is. All right. Anyone that wants to join open panel debate night, come on up. Do we got some haters in the chat? I'm sure we do. I'm sure we got some haters in the chat. Let's see who we got. Pearl and someone says, let me see what someone said. I think it said Rachel. Oh, Pearl and Rachel would be good. They're friends. I don't think that they'll debate. Yeah, they're cool, right? You normally don't, even though you may disagree with like your friend, like generally you're not going to debate your friend. Like you can just agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? Like you may share like a few small, different perspectives on things, but that's about it. So it says, does Cooley ever go to other streams and debate? All the time. I debated on streams. I've debated on Modern Day Debate 3 times. I debated on Sarah podcast when she was I don't even know if she's even doing it anymore. I haven't even been seeing her in my algorithm. But Sarah from Raging Tomatoes, I debated on that show 5 times, maybe more. I debated on the Lapeef Network. I debated a few times on Fatty's channel, probably about 4 or 5 times on Fatty's channel. So yeah, I've debated on other streams. I did in-person debates. I debated Yada in person, watched him, even though I was sick, but still watched him. He's just dumb. So yeah, man, I've debated on other podcasts and things like that too. And not only that, I'm fully transparent. Like when I set up my one-on-one debates, they are like people can choose their own moderator, right? If I'll reach out, myself or my team will reach out to them. These people from the Jubilee channels and all of this will reach out and say, hey, you want to debate a topic? They can choose the topic as long as I have a different view than theirs. We can set up that debate. And then they can choose their own moderator. This is why when I debated Tilly, the moderator was Destiny. I didn't even know who the moderator was. She was like, oh yeah, Destiny's going to be the moderator. This was like a day before. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Destiny's going to be moderated. I already knew going off before doing that debate, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a 2 versus 1 because Destiny definitely doesn't agree with my views. And Tilly, she couldn't understand the argument. Tilly was just stupid. She was dumb. She's just another woman that talks word salad. Like what? I killed her with force doctrine. Then I used some transcendental arguments. I killed her with that. She didn't even understand metaphysics. She doesn't understand metaphysics at all. She don't understand it. She said that she can morality is objective with agency and logic. Wait, what? How? Like, agency and logic? Like, do you believe that logic can change? Where are you grounding your logic at? No, she couldn't demonstrate her position, and during that debate, I wasn't trying to argue her point for her. I wasn't trying to make her argument for her. This is why, I was just like, no, that's wrong, and I explained how it's wrong. But she never went to like grounding it in God because she's an atheist. She doesn't believe in anything. Then once she said it, she's like, no, I'm an atheist. I'm like, okay, you're just stupid. Yeah, morality under your worldview, what, you gonna ground morality in a rock? Dummy. A lot of people they're dumb. And not only, like, I wouldn't even be debating these topics if I haven't been researching it and studying it, right? That's what I've been doing. You guys know, I give people props all the time. Jim Bob, Jay Dyer, Andrew Wilson, I give those people props is because I've heard their arguments, their sound arguments, and I've met most of them in person. And I'm like, I'm still in that argument. Not only that, they were like, Cooley, it's for you to use. I'll be like, okay, for sure, I'm using it, right? So But who did they get their information from? They got it from other philosophers and stuff like that. So even with the transcendental categories, these categories come from Kant or Kent's, I believe that's the name, as a philosopher. Now they don't agree with, his ideology and the things that he promotes, but as far as the transcendental categories himself, as far as Kant or Kant listed them, they tend to utilize those for the transcendental argument for God, right? For tag. So it's like, Dale, I agree, and all are better that tag, and all. What y'all talking about in the chat? Who wants to come up and debate tag? Because I'm getting better and better. And why not get some more reps in with tag? If there's an atheist in the chat right now that wants to debate me on tag, come on up. Because I need more rep. I need to get these reps in, right? The more you lift, the stronger you get. The more you debate, the better you get. So, okay, I see you, Dell. Yeah, I think tag is a good argument when combined with other arguments for God. Yeah, well, you got to justify it and give, more details, and you can get all the way down to the exact type of God, like, the Christian God. So yeah, tag is a good argument that can demonstrate a lot of that. Like the logos, how, Jesus is the logos and reason and things like that. And like you can bring up scriptures, quote scriptures to even prove tag's argument. So it's a real good argument. I see you backstage, Wait Kid. I'll bring you up.
Yeah, bring me up real quick.
What's going on, man?
So I don't know. Somebody in chat say they challenged me to some debate, said that I challenged him, but the minute you start talking trash to me, wouldn't that be a challenge to me? That's first off.
Well, what's the person's name, man?
What is it? I don't even know. They're not even worth my time. I don't even remember their name. A mighty something like that. I don't even know. They just came in. They're the biggest hater in the chat right now. Trying to argue a point with me that I never made. So I already asked him to come up, want to argue in chat. He's like, I'm at work.
Dang. Hey, man, you breaking up, man. That wasn't me that booted you, but you was like cutting up real bad. But okay, so I guess that mighty person is trying to argue and stuff like that, or at least wants to debate. So yeah, I think I read one of his chats too. Yeah, the mighty Sarlacc person, if you want to come on up and debate. Yeah, all three of those guys are pre-sub. Yeah, they're pre-sub debaters. That is true. Yeah, I've been trying to get my pre-sub skills up. Right? And, those concepts are very, for some people, they could be hard to understand. But if you just read enough and I understand it because it's so many ways you can get some understanding of transcendental categories, because, well, what does transcendental even mean? It's something that transcends the physical, right? So it's not the physical realm, it transcends the physical. So we're speaking about things that are the untangibles, right? It's not tangible, it's the untangibles. And what is untangible? What can't you see? What can't your five senses observe? Well, that's going to be like logic, right? We utilize that as a tool, but can you smell logic? Can you touch it? You can't touch it. Math, the math itself, the theory of math, can you touch that? No, I can see that there's one thing there and another thing there, but the concept of it being two, where did this derive from? Some people say, when I was debating Xena, well, it comes from the mind, right? These concepts comes from the brain. Okay, well, if it comes from the brain, then, well, you should be able to demonstrate that. Let's put a brain under the microscope. Let's do some technology with the brain and see how it's actually somewhere that one thing and one thing, it would equal two within the brain. It must be some tangible thing there that it would be like, okay, when we think this way, then it correlates to this thing right here that we can touch in the brain. That part would equal 2. So 1 and 1 would equal 2, or 2 plus 2 would equal 4. So these people that believe that, oh, well, if they're not atheists, then they're like, you know, they believe in, what is the term? They're physicalist, something like that. They just believe that everything derived from the physical. So they don't really believe in things that are non-physical, but they can't prove these things, what they claim to be physical, within the brain, like logic, reason, number theory, language. They can't prove any of this. All of these things transcend the physical world. And tag is a good argument, because what it demonstrates is that, well, by utilizing tag to make a justification for God, we can do that because God, from our worldview and our theology, is that, well, God is not bound by time, space, or matter. He's omniscient, he's divine, and God is good. Good. Like the nature of God is good. The ontology of God is good. So right there, that's morals, right? That's where that's grounded in. And then we have scriptures that speak about the logos, speak about reason and logic and things like that. And that was, that's Jesus Christ. And we can say, okay, that's where reason and logic comes from. Like before there was the word, it was God, and he was in the word. And all of these little, I think that's John 1, as far as biblical scriptures, all of these scriptures within biblical teachings, that's, one would say that, well, it makes a clear argument for tag, for these transcendental categories that transcends the physical world. And we can make the claim, we can justify it. These atheists, they can't justify they can't justify morality, reason, logic, number theory. They have no justification for it. The transcendental argument for God is the justification for these transcendental categories, for the things that transcend the physical. So it's a very good argument. When I first heard it, I was like, dag, because I was used to like the cosmology type of argument. I think that's what it's called. But I was used to like, the Kent Hovind argument for God, when Kent Hovind is speaking about, well, you can't get something from nothing and all of that type of scientific stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's cool too. But that was like, it was some holes in that argument. It was like, it can be penetrated in some ways. Sam Harris, he would try his best to penetrate those arguments. But tag, man, it's a pretty good argument. And an argument is essentially arguing the impossibility of the contrary, right? So meaning that, well, since, Christian ethics is the only religion, I would say, that can justify these non-physical categories that we use every day, that can truly give a justification and a reason for them. But atheists can't, Islam can't. They can't do it like Christianity can. You get what I'm saying? At all. Islam, I guess they can make some attempts to it. They'll have better outcomes for sure than the atheists, but they're not going to fully get there, right? But okay, get the likes up. I'm just chatting with y'all right now. Get the likes up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you aren't. But also, we got people in here that disagree. So if you do disagree with any of my takes on any of the videos you've ever seen, or even with the stuff that I'm saying tonight, come on up and join Open Panel Debate Night. I need to get my reps in with the tag argument. So if anyone wants to debate that, I think that'd be good. Or if you want to debate predeterminism or determinism, whatever, however you want to say it, come on up and we can spar. All right, let's get to the next clip. Next clip, y'all. What? Oh, it only copied the .com. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see what this is about.
Most insane marriage tradition you've ever heard of. If a man wants to get married, he has to cut off one of his own arms and give it to his wife as a wedding gift. Only by cutting off a part of his body and giving it to his wife can he prove his loyalty to her. If both arms are cut off, their married life will be even happier. Here, as long as they can get a wife and make her happy, no matter how high the price, the men are willing to pay it. This is the remote mountain village of Dwanby. Almost every man in the village...
Dwanby. Let me see if this is real. Dwanby? Dwanby. Oh man, I think this is real. I gotta fact check it real quick. This is pretty wild. Hold up, let me go back. Let me restart this.
It's the most insane marriage tradition you've ever heard of. If a man wants to get married, he has to cut off one of his own arms and give it to his wife as a wedding gift. Only by cutting off a part of his body and giving it to his wife can he prove his loyalty to her. If both arms are cut off, their married life will be even happier. Here, as long as they can get a wife and make her happy, no matter how high the price, the men are willing to pay it. This is the remote mountain village of Dwanby.
Okay, let me go ahead and see if this is real. Okay, so Dwanby, it looks like that is real. Ghost Village. Let me Google this. It's crazy how we gotta Google things to make sure what we're watching is real. Because AI and stuff is crazy. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's false. It's a viral myth that is false. Let's see here. Yeah, this is false, chat. So I was about to give some commentary like, oh man, these are the worst type of men, full simps. They would win the award for simpery. Like if they were really cutting off their arms for women, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. It's fake. This is fake. Well, let me watch a little bit more. Let me see what the commentator's talking about.
Almost every man in the village has lost an arm. They've all given their arms to their wives as dowry to prove their love. If a man...
Oh, man. Yeah, so one, this is fake, but let's just say that it is true. This would be the ultimate form of simpery. Imagine cutting off your arm and giving it to your wife as dowry to basically show that you love her, right?
Man refuses to cut off his arm, he'll never find a wife here, and he'll be mocked by all the other men in the village, because this is a centuries-old tradition that every man must follow. Without arms, the men can never pose a threat to their wives. This guarantees the supreme power of women in the tribe.
So the storyline, you know, the narrator is funny, right? Like, oh yeah, women are supreme. They'll have supreme power. This just shows you that. And I wouldn't be surprised that, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a village that becomes of this. I wouldn't be surprised of that. How simps are nowadays, where they'll basically give their last dollar to a chick just to get some type of attention. It's crazy. I won't be surprised if they'll be like, you know what, baby? Here's my hand. You know what? Take the entire arm. Please, will you be with me, baby? Even though this is super fake, it isn't that far off from being reality. That's the truth, right? From what I've seen with these simps out here, it isn't that far off, right? Like, I know men that has women with other children. They'll leave their children, right? Get with the woman that they'll abandon their own kids, get with another woman that has kids and take care of the other woman's kids rather than taking care of their own kids. There's niggas out here like that, bro, which is crazy work. Crazy work. I can't even imagine it. You're in the most ultimate form of simpery. Like, I don't know what to make of it. Like, come on. There's men out here that, like, listen, man, some of these chicks will show you their DMs. You guys know. You guys know. Matter of fact, it could be a few of y'all in the chat right now. So, all right, let's go ahead and stop sharing that since we know that it's fake. We know that it's Fugazee. It's not no Fugazee. Okay, wait, kid, I see you said that you still at work right now. Fair enough, man. Yeah, man, we must be shadow banned or something, man. It's like, not sure what's going on. Views are and it's, you know what? It's kind of like this on every year, every new year. So every January, February, March, April, like fully like January, February, March, it's like YouTube suppresses me in the algorithm and I don't get as much views. It's very, very weird. I don't know if I'm the only one that experiences this because it's my third year now doing YouTube and streaming and stuff. I don't know if it's only me, but it's definitely been consistent for the January, February, March months. So that's weird.
Gayest person on earth. The country with the most gays is the United States with 11 million. The gayest state in the US is California.
Man, I'm not surprised. It says the gayest country in the world is the US. I don't know how true this is, but this sounds true. And definitely California being the gayest state, that sounds true as well.
With 1.5 million. 60% of those gays live in Los Angeles. Now, to figure out the gayest person, we need their name. Michael is the gayest name in the US. There are
Oh man, sorry to all the Michaels out there, but they saying that is the gayest name. That's crazy, man. I got a brother named Mike, and homie is definitely not gay. Nobody in my family gay. So, but yeah, I guess for a lot of them, that is one of the gayest names out there, right?
Are 51,856 Michaels in LA.
Like, who made this video, right? Like, what inspired you to make this? You know what? I want to know what's the gayest country in the world. It pinpoints it down to America. Well, yeah, I want to know what's the gayest state. Well, we all know what's the gayest state in America. It's going to be California, and it's probably going to be in like San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? But it's so funny how people be creating videos on YouTube. This is funny.
Which one is gayest? That one.
Hey, fuck you!
Who is the gay?
Hey, yo, internet is funny, man. Whoever sent that clip, that's funny. All right, let's get to the next vid. Okay, so this isn't even a video. Someone sent me this. Countries that are origins of white people. Yo, look, we were just talking about this. This is crazy. Okay, so it says here, countries that are the origins of white people according to 1997 U.S. Census Bureau. Yeah, they wildin', bro. Hey, yo, how is Africa, right? Northern Africa, the origin of white people? That don't even make any sense. That don't even make any sense, right? Like, white people, like, well, what do you consider the white people? If you're saying, like, white people, like the Europeans, or if you're speaking of white people, like the race, well, they came from the Caucasus Mountains. This is not in this area of North Africa. So I would say white people came from over in this area, the Europe area, and then over here, right? That's where they originate from. The comments is funny on this too. In Indian subcontinent, let me see, Middle Eastern have been classified as white in America legally for over 100 years. Get classified, but they don't consider themselves white. Like, if you go to Middle Eastern, they're not like, yeah, we're European white. Like, no, they don't consider themselves that at all. And most of them have like they're darker skin. Like, bro, you go to India, there's people darker than me. You go to Pakistan, Afghanistan, there's people darker than me, right? Now there's, also people that's, lighter as well, but their facial features and are definitely, different. Okay, let's get to, let's see if we can pull up a video here, man. Let's see, anyone joining open panel debate night? Nope, no one back there. All right, so people are scared tonight, chat. Sorry, man, nothing I can do. They're scared. They are scared to debate Cooley tonight, man. And you know what? I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I'll be scared too, right? I'll be scared too if I had the blicky like this. I'll be shook too. Because, I don't want to get shot. Imagine coming on a stream and he's going to body you logically. He's going to defeat all your arguments. And then he's going to take a blaster out, right? A kid's Nerf gun. And this ain't really a kid. I mean, it's a kid's Nerf gun. What it said. I forgot the age on it. But it's an electric one. But it looks pretty cool, right? But anyways, imagine coming up on stream like Xena did, getting her entire worldview destroyed, and then someone having a Nerf gun and toying with you because it was so easy, right? I would be scared to come up too. I'll be like, yeah, I ain't playing with Cooley. One, he's smart, and two, he's witty. He got, he got jokes, and not only that, he's funny as well. So one, he's going to kill me in a logical debate and defeat all my arguments. Then he's going to make some jokes and, make me look crazy. And then he's going to bring up a Nerf gun and shoot me. I would be scared too. But those of you that aren't scared, click the first link that's pinned in the YouTube comments or click the link that's pinned in the description. And let me just tell you guys this again. Real quick, if you want to win this free microphone, it is free, right? Just sign up for Aura. It's the second link that's pinned in the YouTube description. All of the mods should be signed up. If you are, all of the members and even the mods, you guys should be signed up. You just sign up, click the link. It's free. 14-day free trial. Use it and cancel it before 14 days if you don't want to get charged, right? And you get a free shirt. I mail it out to you. Then not only that, your name goes in a raffle to win this microphone. So I'm giving away free stuff, man. It's simple. Get free merch, sign up for Aura, support me by supporting the people that support me, which is, my sponsor, right? And I'm very picky with sponsors. You guys know, especially the members here, the people that have been here for a while, I have many offers. Paying a lot of money. Aura, they're all right, but I had bigger sponsorships hit me up and I denied them because they promote degeneracy or they promote things that is against my values, so I declined them. But this company is a good company, so go ahead and click that link, get that free service, get that merch, and possibly win a new microphone. All right. Let me just get to the super chats real quick. I think we got Dane Snyder in the building, sends him $5. That's them bald YouTube men for you. Can't unmute himself and want to talk about what he wants to talk about. Dude trying to colonize No Fugazee podcast. You talking about the guy that came up, and nothing against him, right? I don't know who that is at all, but since we're doing just debates, man, you got to come up here to debate. I don't really want to speak to people right now. I already do that enough, right? I just did the interview on someone's stream. I did that. Actually, I did 2 interviews in the past, 4 days. I did an interview with Sean Kelly from the Digital Social Hour in Atlantic City, but it was only a half hour. It was very rushed, right? Very rushed. But shout outs to Sean Kelly. But I did that interview with him, and I really didn't get to like expound and explain many things because he would ask a question, then I would, give my take, and then, we would go ahead and get to the next one because we were on a time crunch. So no hate on it. We already spoke about that. We're going to do another one. So I'll be doing another interview and some debates with Sean Kelly. I am in talks with Word War Debate to set up a debate for their next event. So they want me on there. So it looks like I will be featuring on there. They're just looking for an opponent and working on a topic and things like that. I gave them ideas of a few opponents, so let's see if they get back to me. And we can, really get this going. And then, so I did that interview with Sean Kelly. That was this Friday that just passed. And then I did an interview with a local podcast, just showing him some support. He just started the show. I'm like, all right, man, I'll come on there and show you some love. So that should be coming out soon too. But yeah, man, I'm out here working, man. I'm out here working. We have, I had a debate. The crazy thing is I had a debate lined up tomorrow with this Jubilee debater, but homie is gay, literally gay. And nothing something is wrong with that. But like from my view, it's like, I don't care if you're gay, I'll still debate you. I don't care what your worldview is. But like he was speaking to my assistant and I'm looking through like the DMs and stuff like that. I'm looking through the messages and like he agreed to the debate once and then he reneged on the debate. Like, oh no, I don't want to do it. Then he agreed to it again and now he just reneged on it. So some of you guys seen the thumbnail that I was supposed to debate some guy tomorrow. But that's not scheduled anymore because he reached back out and said, oh, I don't agree with your views and I don't think that it's going to work out. And he said, no, like, okay, you're like a female. Like, you're no different than Xena. Actually, you may be worse. Xena scheduled 4 times and canceled 4 times. And then she finally came in on the 5th time and we debated, right? This is how indecisive the female mind is. And gay people take on female tendencies, which is why, he canceled, right? But I do have a debate lined up with another Jubilee debater, which I'll be debating next week. And yeah, man, it's going to be dope. And I also will be debating, I believe his name was Ryan. The one guy I debated, he was an atheist. I debated him on can we ground morality without God. I debated him like 2 weeks ago before I debated Xena. But I'll be debating him again. He said he wants to smoke, so we'll run it back. And then I'll be debating this woman from the Jubilee channel. Let me show you guys. 1 second here. Okay. Yep, share my screen this way. All right. So we're live right now. That's the stream. But then I'll be debating this woman. She's from Jubilee. So I'll be debating her. And it will be Christianity. Does Christianity promote feminism? So that's going to be a good debate. My team reached out to her. She says that she's down and she picked a topic. So this is what we're going to debate. She's a feminist and some way she's going to have to argue that how feminism is compatible with Christianity. So this is going to be a bloodbath. She's going to get completely obliterated with, I'm going to literally use scripture, right? My debate tactic is I'm going to use scripture and I'm going to fully demolish her with just scripture, right? And then also many other points I'm going to demolish her, and I'm not going to give my tactics out so far because who knows, she could be watching the stream right now, right? Or one of her peoples could be watching this to get some information and bring it back to her so she can know my strategy. But I'm not giving out too much info, but you guys watch that. This is going to be this is on the 18th. So this is this Sunday, actually. Yeah, this is this Sunday coming up. So this Sunday, I'll be debating her at 6 p.m. Dang, should we? We'll do it this Sunday. Even though it's Super Bowl, we're still going to do it this Sunday. I forgot. I mean, it's not Super Bowl, even though it's the playoffs and mad people be watching football because of the playoffs. That's cool. We'll still do the debate this Sunday. Yeah. All right. But yeah, that's what I got in store for you guys coming up. And then I got some more debates that I'm going to be scheduling too. You guys are going to see. Oh, YT equals white. My bad, Dane Snyder. I see you in here. We got Zandal. She sends in $2. She says, would you ship to the UK if I lived there? Zandal, where do you live? No one knows where you live, yo. And if you listen, you sign up and I'll ship it out to you. Yeah. Sign up, send me the address. It's probably going to cost me some bread, but you're a member, so just the simple fact that you're a member, yeah, I'll ship it to you overseas. I'm not sure how much it'll cost, but however much it costs, I'll make sure you get it. I'll ship it to you. So sign up, send me the screenshot, and I'll make sure you get your merch. And then your name goes in a raffle to win this. Look, see how generous I am? She's overseas. Shipping costs is going to be an arm and a leg. But I'm still going to do it because she's a member. So that's now, if you weren't a member, if you're just like, you know, someone sending in the super chat, nah, get up out of here. You don't really support me like that. But Zandal, you really support me. So I got you. I'll ship it overseas for you. See if I skipped any other super chats. Nope. Yeah, man. Slow night tonight. All right. Dang, we almost hitting 2 hours. Listen, man, looks like we about to wind down stream then. Why not? It's been slow. Cuddy-O, you said that you'll take the no free will side in the debate? Cuddy-O? I don't see you back here, Cuddy-O. But, like, you just can't take the no free will side. Like, this is not devil's advocate. No, I if I'm debating you, I want this to truly be your worldview, right? It doesn't make for a good, spirited, fun debate if you're just playing devil's advocate. It's kind of whack. All right, man. So listen, I'm about to wrap up then. We got no one joining, right? I mean, I can react to some more clips, but, you know, I'll just stream tomorrow. So you guys will see me tomorrow. Since slow night tonight, I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what I'll be doing. So look out for me then. So before you go, everyone get the likes up. Hit the like button before you go. Do this for me. And listen, man, this podcast was no Fugazi. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow since it was a slow day. Why not? I'll be back tomorrow. Normally, my streams be like 4 or 5 hours anyway. Since I gave y'all 2 hours, we'll run it back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, we'll get some debaters in here that's not scared to debate. Without further ado, this podcast is no Fugazi. Peace.
No Fugazi. Fugazi.
And y'all see the suit too, man. Listen, new studio, new podcast by the spirit, not by the letter. Bro, we can go verse for verse all day long. Doing new things. Men are okay with understanding the reality that we are in competition with one another. But you ladies think that you're special. We are in competition. Men are men of their word. So here's my word. I'll fly you out here and we can do it in person. And after that, we could box. I'm about my business. So remember, I said, when I ask you these questions, I will dismantle your entire argument. That's the end of the debate, my dog.